It's a beautiful day. Welcome to another exciting episode of In Touch with a Legend. This show brought to you by DHMT Accounting Limited from the United Kingdom. Today in the studio we have got a former great, former Dynamos, former Tanganda, former Green Buffaloes. He used to be a dribbling wizard. He used to be the passer of the ball. We are talking about Lloyd Mutasa. I first knew him when I was a little boy and I still know him as Samaita. Lloyd, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Alice. Afternoon, viewers.
Yes, Lloyd, I first started knowing you when I was very young, playing for KTS in Zengeza. Then you grew up to play for the most popular club in the country. How did it all start?
I think it all started when I was at primary school. I was spotted by then Neva Gumbera, who was coaching Blake Santos, the one who once coached Daring Texas.
Yes, Neva Gumbera, yes.
So I was staying in St. Mary's in Chitungwiza there, learning at Zengeza Primary School, number 1. So in grade 5, I think they had a juniors team called Blake Santos. So he invited me to play for the team, hence I was in the same residing area with him. And that's where I started liking football, started playing competitive football at the tender age of 10. Mm-hmm. And then 2 years we transferred from St. Mary's to Zengeza 2 township. And then I had to move to Kunaka Trading Stores, which is KTS Rover.
KTS, yes. That's when I first noticed you.
Yeah, so that's where I started playing competitive junior football as an under 14, and in Kali I managed to win the Chibuku. There was a Chibuku trophy for the whole Zimbabwe, which was played as a nation.
Yeah, under 14, yes, I remember that one, yes.
So I won the Chibuku trophy in 83 and 84, playing for KTS. We beat Triangle the first year 4-1, and then we beat Amaveni Tigers of Kwekwe at Rufaro Stadium in 84 as curtain raisers to Dynamos playing Caps United in the.
How did it feel? How did it feel playing as curtain raisers in a big trophy and you are just under 14 at Rufaro Stadium? How did it feel?
I know, the feeling was great, Charlie. It's every youngster's dream to play in such stadiums like Rufaro Stadium, and it was really an honor to be part and parcel of the youngsters from Chitungwiza to play in that in that tournament, and then being a curtain raisers to a Dynamos Caps United. By then it was a Dynamos. Dynamos. There were players like Edward Kachere, Moses Chunga, Kembo Chunga, Gift Mpariwa. They were their peak, and the Caps United with the likes of Joel Shambo, Stanley Sinyo, Ndundu, Mastix Mtizwa, Sheki Tauro.
I can imagine.
So it was really good for us. Yeah.
I'm feeling jealous, I also played in such a match under 14, playing just before senior, Yeah, so you won. How did it feel? This was a national trophy. It was not just the regional, not Harare, so what. It was the national trophy. You were the best under 14 team in the country. How did that feel?
It was great. I think that's where how the journey. How I started the journey, I was really motivated that at the age of under 14 winning the Chibuku trophy and seeing people like Moses Chunga and company at that age, you would always say, I would want, when I grow up, I want to be like them, That's how it all started.
Yes, I can just imagine KTS Football Club. That was actually brilliant. Tell us some of the players that you actually played with in that KTS team that went on to actually also play in the Super League, Premier League as it were. Yeah,
I had Ralph Kaundera, who then played for Daring T, Blackpool,
yes.
Dynamos, and then he had his brother Rafael Kaundera. He played for Daring T as well, and then he went to South Africa. And then we had Gift Mdangwe. He played for Caps United.
Gift was in that team?
Yeah, he was.
Does it?
Yeah, he was in that team.
Brilliant. Who else?
Yeah, I think those are some of the guys. Those are the few guys that were of my generation who went to play in the Premier League or about.
Adlife Nguyo.
Adlife Nguyo, yeah, Sugar.
Sugar. Yes, I remember Adlife as well.
He was a son to Epson Sugar Mguyo, you know.
It was his son?
Yeah.
Is it?
The Baba Mdik.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. So it was actually in the blood, in the family.
In the blood, Sugar Mguyo, and had life with his young brother Trust, but he never progressed to the Premier League. But he was a good player as well.
Yeah, he was the goalkeeper. I remember Trust was a very good goalkeeper, but I heard he also played as number 9 as well sometimes.
Yeah, he was talented. The family was talented. You know, you could use him where the coach could use him where he thought he can give us a goal.
I don't want to lie to you guys. I have to say this. I'm asking you. I know this name that Lloyd is talking about because I was in the hood. You know, there was a team from the hood, and we were so proud that our team from the hood as well. You know, so we were actually like the #1 fans. You know, because we were football fans. Thank you for that history as well. So how did you end up playing? Okay, from there, senior football. How did that happen? How did you grow now from the under-14 team?
You know, by virtue that we curtain raised the Dynamo's Cape United match, and there was one Dynamo's team manager by the name David Madondo. David Madondo.
Oh, Madondo. Oh, okay. Yeah. Didid was Daniel Moon.
Yeah, Didid was Daniel Moon.
Okay.
So David Madondo was the team manager for Dynamos. So he was working at Mashonaland East District in Chitungwiza.
Okay.
And he saw me playing in that final under 14. And then he's the one who invited me to come and play for the Dynamos under 18s towards the end of in August '84. And then. That's how I became an under 18 for Dynamos. And when I got there, you know, I met the likes of Namo Mangwiro, who is the elder brother to now Tau Mangwiro. But Namo Mangwiro, he was our captain. He's late now. And there I met Simon Chuma as well. And then Memory Mcherawa came again, and they were part and parcel of our under 18 team. So I played in that '84 season under Daniel Dididi Ngube, the father of Daniel Bingadadi, Daniel Bingadadi.
From Legacies.
Yeah, or that Puni Mike Bingadadi as well.
Yes.
And then it was the Daniel Dididi Ngube and Kudam Cheme.
Those were the coaches.
Our coaches for the under 18s. So it was '84 and '85 I played for the under 18s, and the teams that we were playing against we were playing against the likes of Cape United, which had the likes of Tobias Sibanda, Kudzitaru Winga.
Commander 18.
Period, yeah.
And that was
the likes of George Mandizidza, you know, yeah, and you come to Mabuku, you see the likes of Usman Misi, Wilfred Mugei, you know, William Mugei. Yes. So you go to as far as Ziware Seba out there, you could see people like Maxo Magidi. I think you once played for Black Aces.
Black Aces as well, yes.
Talk to the likes of Sugar, Mgowe Mnyoro, I'm sure they played together as well.
Yes.
So that was then. So after '85, I was fortunate enough. I was one of the players that from our generation that was promoted to the senior team. So I went to the senior team in '86, the whole of '86, and there, you know, Dynamos was full of great players. And also midfielders there. That was the era of David Mandigora. You talk of Kenneth Jere, you talk of Biggie Zuze, John Janeiro was there as well.
Which year was this again?
86.
86, that's when you promoted the first team?
To the first team, yeah. So when I was there, but luckily I did not play. You know, the first team was training as well with the reserve side.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
So it was from the under 18s to that
reserve
crew.
side.
And you know, we had people like Mishek Marimo, we had people like Ernest Mutano, Moses Chunga, Kembo Chunga, Geto Mpariwa, Max Makanza, and the like. So the team was good. So I finished the whole year playing for the reserve side. You know, I even enjoyed playing, coming in as a sub.
It was okay. Playing under the uchizoti kuna Moses Chunga kumberi, and that was also the year Moses Chunga was at his peak.
Yeah. Dova Inzika Razorman, and you know the Razorman stories,
Tell me about Razorman. Where did he get this nickname, Razorman?
There was a certain story I told on radio of a man called Razorman. Aita zvake like zvatiki zvekuti paanoacta at the end of it all you becomes a victor. Kuti anogona ndiye munhu anogona kuti pakaitwa zvekuba zvekuita sei kana you come out and then iye unobata munhu uya
actor ndianzi actor kana actor half
unoziva kuti ndiyantozoita wina at the end of the day, and you being Christian Razorman, it says a lot.
Usatopa kazopa nickname yekuti Razorman.
Yeah.
Zvanga zviri zvude.
Plus Razorman, he was a both-legged player. He could use his right the very same way he uses his left. Zvokuti
like a razor blade.
You say like a razor blade, and some would say that's how the name Razorman came from.
Kwete zuda.
Yeah, kwete zuda.
Because I shape Msoro, I got zuda zakaitwa Razorman. So that was actually brilliant. So which year were you then promoted to play now in the first team?
No, you know what happened now, because Dynamo said such players, they were even the likes of Clayton Munemu was doing well, the likes
in
of
opposition.
his brother Jonah, they at Dynamo said they were midfielders as well. So I was a bit tiny in terms of my stature, and in '87, Deputy Madondo then moved from Dynamos to Green Buffaloes.
Yes.
So, like the one who had taken me from KHS to the juniors,
yes.
He said to me, looking at the potential that the Dynamos midfielders had at that particular time, he said, I think it was of great importance that I could go and play probably a competitive football, say in Division 1, and if I do well, then there's always room for me to then come back play for Dynamos. So giving examples to the likes of people like Clayton Munemu, who had before gone to Zisco still, coming to play for Dynamos at a later stage and did well. And then I went with him to Green Buffaloes, who were then a prison team which was in Division 1. And then I played there for 2 years, 87, 88, 89, and that's after 89, that's where I left Green Buffaloes for Tanganda.
You went to Tanganda. Tanganda now, you didn't go back to Dynamos. Why didn't you go back to Dynamos?
When I was playing there, I think Tanganda saw me because we were in the same league. So we were beaten by Tanganda by a point in terms of
for promotion.
So, but when we played Tanganda at home here in Harare, I did well, and I scored the solitary goal and we beat them. And then when we went there as well, I had scored 2 goals there, but unfortunately they were not allowed, and we ended up losing that match 2-1. And we thought it wasn't fair.
You thought it was fixed? They wanted Tanganda in the Premier League?
Yeah, because always at one occasion, the then chairman Nelson Chirwa, he talked to our coach David Madondo that should we win the Northern Region Division 1, would you mind to relocate to Mutari? And then David Madondo said, I know we would want to play here in Harare, not knowing that because I'm sure they really wanted to spread football. And maybe he said he would do that, probably would have the match would have gone our way. I don't know.
But do you think it was a good idea?
For us to
relocate to Mutari?
No. At that occasion, it was no, because we really wanted to be around.
To be in Harare.
Yeah.
So it means that you were now going to play your matches at Trufaro Stadium now, or another stadium, because there was no
other better stadium.
Yeah,
our ground was not suitable for Premier League matches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you went to Tanganda now. So how did that come about? What did they do? Did they just call you and say, we want you to, hey, Lloyd Mutasa, you scored 3 goals against us, we want you Tanganda or you to go to my underground dealings? So?
Yeah, I think there were some underground dealings. You know, there was one Noam Chirawondo. He was once been a Dynamo secretary before, and his roots are from Mutare.
Yeah.
And obviously, having a team from Mutare, they would want the team to be strong as well. And he said, he talked to me, he talked to my parents that it was of great importance that I could probably go and assist the team, because they really wanted me there and probably start my journey as a Premier League player. And me having noticed that still Dynamos it was still tough there, then I said, probably better I go and play there, and if I do well, Dynamos being Dynamos, one day I might be back. So, but I went there, and the other thing that made me go there, him Cherawondo told me that Mishek Marimo was going to come to Mutare. He was going to be the player coach for Tanganda. So I was not going to feel out of place.
Yeah.
And so when I went there, Mishek Marimo then came there as well. So is Leon Tawantawa, who was Dynamo's goalkeeper during my tenure when I went through the senior team to Buffaloes. So I then went there, and it was like home, because I had Mishek alongside me, and then I had Leon Tawantawa, and fortunately enough with William Chari was taken again, and Kenneth Kwashi. The young brother of Stephen Kwashi was there as well. So we were quite a number from Marare who then went to join Tanganda in 1990.
Tell me, you are Mutasa. We have a district, like the whole district called Mutasa district. Are you from the Manicaland side as well?
You know, Alice. I am from Manicaland. I'm not from Manicaland.
We want to know.
It's a two-way now. The thing is Mutasa. You know, the Mutasa surname is popular there in Manicaland.
Of course, because it's a whole big district, more like a province.
You see, so but actually me. My father or my parents, they from Chiweshe.
Okay.
Mashonaland Central. But you know, you cannot separate Lloyd Mutasa from Manicaland.
because we thought you are Mutasa, there's the Mutasa district and everything. So people are like, okay, now he is Argumusha.
You see, he's Arango Fitira, and probably to then probably thank the people from Mutare. What I did is at the end of it all, I then married from Mutare, from Honde there, you know.
Honde Valley, that's my hometown.
You see now, so.
Okay, we're just gonna go for a break. When we come back, we wanna talk more about Tanganda. Tantan, we'll be talking about the cause of calves. Good district, you disowned us. You don't know us, but we'll take you as one of ours. When we come back, we're going to be talking more about that. Guys, don't move away. Lloyd Mutasa is now at Tanganda, and we want to hear all about it. Don't move away. There's so much to wait for. There's so much to hear from the man himself. They call Samaita. Lloyd Mutasa, don't move away, guys. We are back just now. We're just going to talk about DHMT Accounting Limited. They are our proud sponsors.
Here comes the business lady.
She always has a chauffeur.
Hey Stella, we've been waiting for you. What have you been up to?
Sorry girls, I've just been to DHMT Accounting. They've finished doing my tax returns and account submissions, all done and dusted. They are so efficient.
DHMT Accounting Limited for all your UK accounting and HMRC requirements.
Welcome Welcome back. In touch with the legend, we've got Lloyd Mutasa in the studio. He is from Chiweshe, but we've got a lot of Mutasas in Manicaland. But then, he is my brother-in-law. He married into us. He married in Wonte Valley, guys. So he is from Kwaja. So we're talking about Lloyd Mutasa. He is now at Tanganda from Green Buffaloes. We want to know more about it. Now you're at Tanganda. I heard you were the captain. When did you get to be captain now? You coming from Buffaloes and now you enter a zone and all of a sudden you're the captain. How did that come about?
No, I wasn't the captain. Always. The captain was Mavuna Mudale.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I could come in here and there as an assistant captain.
Oh, okay.
Mavuna is not around, and if Johnson Baraza is not around, because it was Mavuna Mudale, then Johnson Baraza, and then probably I would then come in as a third captain. Yeah.
Yes, Tantan, tell us. Timothy Johnson Baraza, the midfielder, stocky midfielder. That's why Mavuna Mudale. I've got my own story with Mavuna Mudale. We'll talk about it some other time. But what are the other names, the popular names that you were playing with at Tanganda?
We played with the likes of Nelson Bandura. He was our goalkeeper. So is Spencer Ngove, the goalkeeper as well. We had the likes of Ian Matondo, who once played for the under-20s as well, captained the under-20, under-23s. We had Ford Chitagatira, Webster Gurwa Simba. We had Joseph Takaringofa, Patrick Chapoterera, among Jimmy Capitao, Kuzane Kadzirange, part and parcel of the guys that we had, and William Chari. I talked about him. Yeah, I talked about him as well.
That was a strong side.
Arnold Tsunga, a lawyer per se.
Yes, Arnold Tsunga, the lawyer. That was actually a very, very strong side. Tell us about the highlights of those days at Tanganda.
Yeah, I think Tanganda, as an individual, probably the highlight was the very year that Tanganda played the Premier League, the 1990. I think we were we were under relegation, and Zimbabwe was being coached by Ben Kofi together with Paul Moyo. So he was coming to watch matches as a national team coach, and he came to us in Mutare, and then he said, if I see any influential player who helps the team to avoid relegation, he will give him a call up to the national team, because the national team was to partake in the Sikafa tournament in Zanzibar that particular year in December. So we had a match against Zimbabwe Saints at Barberfield Stadium, and Zimbabwe Saints had the likes of John Sibanda as the goalkeeper, the likes of Mishek Roadblock Sibanda, their right back. The likes of Joseph Machingura, Obey Soya, Innocent Rozi,
George Aibu and them. That was 1990. Which means that they were champions at that time, because they won the league in 1989.
You see.
So you were actually playing the current champions at that time.
You see. And
but you want to avoid relegation.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was away from home as well, always, and you know how it is to play in Barberfields, being a Tanganda side. But we held on, and we managed to beat them 3-2. And
really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I scored 2 goals in that match, and Ben Kofi, after the match, he came to me and said, automatically, I'm going with you to Zanzibar. And that was my first call up to the national team.
And you went to Zanzibar?
I went to Zanzibar, and the good part of it was I was one of the few youngsters. It was the youngsters that I still remember was me. Was Makwinji Somapiri from Islanders, there was Godfrey Tamirepi from Wange, and then there was Benjamin Umpofu. They used to call him Mabla.
Yeah, Mabla, yes.
He used to play, I think he was still playing for Rio.
For Rio Tinto. Was it Rio Terbo, Rio Tinto? I'm not so sure. At that time.
If my memory serves me well, he was a good midfield as well. Where we were the youngsters, but the big guys were the likes of Henry Chari, Alexander Maseko, and Peter Fano, the goalkeeper, were some of the players that we went with to Zanzibar to play for the Sikafa tournament.
How did it go? How far did you go?
We never got to the finals. It was like we were closer to Christmas Day. And I remember the big guys were saying, we should we should play our Christmas in Zimbabwe there. You know?
Ah, okay. So what? They were like, say, let's lose, guys, so that we can go home.
Yeah, we ended up losing to Uganda, and then we came back home.
Because of that Christmas, matter with it. What did you want to do at Christmas?
That was the saying of the big guys, but like us, we're happy to be there, Zanzibar, an island, closer to, and that was my first time to fly as well, and
also to see an ocean.
You see now, and
what was the atmosphere? How did you feel? You are amongst these big players, and now you are in Zanzibar. You are seeing the ocean for the first time.
Tasikatomborara because chatiripa hotel yacho kakuseri kwakunechi ndokwataiona mvura saka hey.
So the whole night we just looking at the whole
taking some pictures, what it is like, setting the
Also, what did you guys get up to besides taking pictures on the ocean, on the beach and all that? What other things did you guys get up to?
Yeah, but mixing with those guys, and we were mixing with the likes of Henry Charlie and what. They ended up, they made us like people like Thomas Mapumo because when we were there, they used to have some albums, Pakto Imbwanzi, Zimbabwe, nyika yangu chichida kuenda kuZimbabwe and
because why Zimbabwe because influence on Zimbabwe.
So I think the guys are missing their families, But it was fun. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it as a first time. And even now, if I see Makwinji, if I see Godfrey Tamirepi, we always remind them about our trip there
in Zanzibar.
Probably it paved the way for us to be what we are today.
Oh, that's actually brilliant. So you were still at Tangana at that time. There was a time. I just want to hear about the the Tanganda match that you guys beat Cape United in the Castle Cup.
Oh yeah, hey.
Tell us about it.
Yeah,
I think
I think Tanganda was growing. After the 91, we were paid on the log.
After surviving relegation in 99.
In 91 we paid on the log, and I thought personally that probably I did well, with the coverage of some of these reporters, the likes of Lloyd Mutasa, Robson Sharuko, and Michael Carriad from Kadoma there. They were writing good stories about me likening me, having some sayings like Lloyd Mutasa is to Tanganda is what Pele is to Brazil.
Wow.
Seeing those things in newspapers, it gives you
motivation
to go forward. But unfortunately, when the 11 stars were mentioned, I was not part of the 11.
You were not part of the 11?
Yeah.
The Pele of Brazil.
Yeah, you see. And when I thought probably I did well for my team, and I think in 92 it had an impact. I did not really play well in 92, but 93 then I think we had one of our good seasons as well, and there was a certain man. I think the story can never be complete if I don't talk of a pastor by the name Thaddeus Mwadiwa. Before the draw of the Castle Cup, because I would want to say the highlight of the 93.
Yes.
Before the draw of the Castle Cup, Castle Cup was a trophy that could be played by even a
lower division area. Yes.
So about 64 teams
in the head for the first round. And then by then 93 the dream team was coming of age, Yes. So he phoned to Mutare there, wanting to talk to our captain, but our captain was not around, and then he asked for any player who was around, and it so happened that I was around. And then he said he was praying, they were praying for the national team to do well, and him coming from Mutare, he said it was of paramount importance that because they were seeing it that things are working well for the national team, so they thought they could extend the prayers to
the
his
team,
region also.
to his region. And he said, do you believe in God, and do you think do you have any problem if we pray for this team that the Lord can give us the trophy? And then always when you are a footballer, you then start looking at yourself, looking at your team, and then say, hey, if I go to Bulawayo and we play Highlanders, even with those referees like Sam Chirape of that era, can they give you the green light to win
the trophy, Tanganda?
You see now all those.
You started doubting.
I started doubting.
But you believe in God. But you doubting food.
Yeah, you know the faith and belief was and then, but I said, yeah, let's do it. We prayed over the phone, and
just you and him.
Me and him, and he was residing here in Warren Park there. And then we the draw was made, and we played against the Boronia Farm.
Yes, first round.
Yeah, you see it at the legs of people like Mishek Juma. You see, yeah. So they came there, and we beat them 5-1, and then at Sakova we beat them 5-1, and and it was like probably a small team, a small team. What else could we do? And then the second round, now it was like we played Mangura away from. We played Mangura in Mangura.
Hey,
so, you see, so Mangura with the likes of Jason Gurajena, Tendai Magwira, Benjamin Zulu, Gianni Milanzi, Joe Sauti. Those were the players back then, and then we beat them 3-2. And when we did beat them now, so the faith was
the belief now.
You see, beating Mangura, where they talk about the donkeys coming into and this guy was coming. He was coming with his friends. He could come to my place in Mutare there. Imagine driving from Warren Park to my place with some night prayers there. But because I was probably going to play, they would come on Fridays. Probably I was going to play on a Saturday or Sunday. So we are to Namata. But
why was it important for him for you guys to win this trophy? Why was it so important? To him, to me, I didn't know. That's why I was saying even the faith was but when we beat Mangura, I even told Mkoma Mishek as our coach, so he knew kuti pane vanhu vandinamato navo saka tadya Mangura pai we were then paired with the Kaiser Wolves in the quarterfinals. Kaiser
Wolves was coming from Bulawayo. It had the legs of Penno Makop, the young brother.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, it was a colored team. Team of colors coming from Bulawayo. So we beat them again in Sakuba. We beat them 5-2. And then the semi-finals were played against it was now Capes, Islanders, us and Zisco Steel. So in the semi-finals we played against Zisco Steel, and Zisco Steel had the likes of Knight Matepo, Gundani, Kenneth Nagoli. Were the players that I
was Godfrey Tamirepo already there as well.
Godi, I think he was at Zisco now.
Okay, yes, because I remember him at Zisco Steel as well,
yeah. So Ana Kenny Papo vaitamba kutamba even kuma under 23s.
Yes, what nice.
Paul Gundani doing well in the national team as well. Newman
Bizek, yes, it was a very good team, that Zisco Steel team. Yeah.
You see, and but we beat them 5-1. 5-1, and
Were you moving with the pastor? Was he coming to your games?
Yeah, he was coming to watch. The games that we were playing at Saguba, he was coming to watch. But probably you go to Mangura, he was not there. But in praise, we were always together. So when we beat them, then the faith was already there. And then, but unfortunately now, because after beating Zisco Steel, Cape United had played Highlanders in BF when there was a fracas of some sort there, and there was the match was abandoned, and it was like now we are in the finals, and now but this is our first time we cup final, but then the disciplinary committee, I think, pay Serap, and then they awarded the match to Cape City.
Did you guys pray for a decision? You have to pray with it. Guys, please let them make a decision. One of them must come and qualify to play.
Yeah, we really wanted to play the final, so we had to do that, Alice, and I still remember it was on the 5th of December, 93, and we played Cape United at the National Sports Stadium, and we drew that match, 1-1, and it was replayed on the 12th of
those days.
You see, so Cape at the likes of Cheche Billiard, Joe Mugabe doing well, the likes of Tobias Sibanda, George Mangwandi had done well in that tournament as well, scoring goals, so it was like the people were now saying, Tanganda, they lost it because Cape United probably they came thinking that it
just it's like a walkover.
You see, but now Capes are now aware of the threat that is posed by Tanganda, so I'm sure Tanganda are no longer going to beat Cape United. But the Lord did favor us on that particular day. We managed to go into some penalties, and then we beat Cape United in a penalty shootout. And always, what was exciting in that journey is I scored virtually in every game that from the first game up to the final. To the final.
You scored in every match.
And I was scoring, only
just
once.
You score one, and you go. You go. And these are some of the records that we've never had. I'm hearing it for the first time. We have never had these records that you actually scored in every match of that tournament. That was a very good run, and these are the records that need to be kept. Kids of tomorrow, kids of today, they need to hear this. But well done to that. But I want to hear about the final. Before, when you knew now that you were going into the final, what was the mood in the camp in that week going into the final?
We had good administrators back then. We had our treasurer was called George Robbie. He was a white man. They then booked for us. I think the atmosphere was very conducive. We did our training well. They excused us from work because during those days we used to work. I was a dispatching clerk at Tanganda. Oh, okay. So they gave us time to prepare for the final. So we trained up to Thursday. Then on a Friday, they booked us here at Crest Oasis. So we came here, and then they hired a bus for our girlfriends, those with wives. They will say probably whoever has got a wife, they will write names, and then they will then follow on the match day.
Okay. Yes.
So it was like us moving from Mutare to Harare on a Friday, and then the families will then join us on a Sunday. So it was really motivation. We were really motivated that we are going to play with our girlfriends, but then
they were watching.
You
were not married then.
I was not.
But she girlfriend. Where do we go?
So we came. We conquered. It was a rainy day, And what was fun about it was the guys from Tanganda, they were having some tea. The fans were drinking tea.
They were giving fans tea.
Tea.
Because tea and get now.
And Brenham Siska, I think, if my memory serves me well, he was once been here with you here, and he talked about that Castle Cup.
Yes, he said it is one of his most disappointing matches as well.
Yeah, we beat them, and I scored a penalty again in that particular match. And then we managed to beat them in the shootout. I remember Carlos Max and Gift Mdangwe missing, and our winner, and then Patrick Chapote scored the winner, and we took the cup home. It was a joy. You remember back then, as a junior, as an under 14, I had won the Chibugu Cup.
Yeah, you know the feeling.
Under the Delta Beverage and the Castle Cup and Chibugu Cup.
Delta Beverage food. It's like, oh no, it's a Delta. You see, I think it's quite exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's a Delta. Zine Chibugu Trophy, Delta, Zine Castle Cup. Then you scored in every stage of the tournament. Did you finally make it on the calendar that year?
No, I didn't make it. You remember the Castle Cup, normally when they play it in December, the soccer stars will already...
Which is a very unfair system.
You see, so I missed it again.
But still you had scored from every stage as well, and you finished third in the...
No. The 93, it was scoring in that cup, cup tournament. So probably first round, second quarter, semi-final. It means probably, and then the other replay. It means you would have scored 6 goals in those six matches. But probably it was a bit late because the stars had already been nominated. The following year, at least there, I was recognized in 1994. I was recognized there. I was one of these 11 soccer stars of the year in 1994.
Still with Tanganda?
Yeah, still with Tanganda.
Okay, tell us about like your greatest memory with Tanganda.
I think my greatest memories was being called to the national team for the first time.
Yes.
You would always want to represent your country, no matter you're a substitute or what. But being called to train with the other guys is really worth talking about. And then winning that cup, winning the Castle Cup, where you feel you had a say in those matches was really a moment to cherish. And then being part of one of the 11 stars of the year in 94 was really good for me as an individual as well. And that was the parting shot, because the following year then it was like moving from Tanganda to Dynamos.
Yes, now moving from Tanganda to Dynamos, we're going to be talking about that. But for now, we're just going to go for a break. And then when we come back, we want to hear about that move to Dynamos, the Glamour Boys, more like back home. Guys, don't move away. We are with Lloyd Mutasa. We're just going to go for a break. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about his move from Tanganda to Dynamos, more like coming back home for the Timbare fans and for Timbare people. We want to hear all about it. Don't move away. So much more coming from Lloyd Mutasa, Samaita. Don't move.
Here comes the business lady.
She always has a chauffeur.
Hey Stella, we've been waiting for you. What have you been up to?
Sorry girls, I've just been to DHMT accounting. They've finished doing my tax returns and account submissions, all done and dusted. They are so efficient.
DHMT Accounting Limited for all your UK accounting and HMRC requirements.
Welcome back. We've got Lloyd Mutasa in the studio, in touch with the legend. That's our show, proudly sponsored by DHMT Accounting Limited. Guys, we heard about the glory days at Tanganda. Lloyd Mutasa winning the Castle Cup, and he was also soccer star, or one of the soccer stars of the year in 1994. And he talked about prayers so that they won that. And one thing that we have heard is that he scored in every stage of the Castle Cup in 1993. What a phenomenal achievement that he did. But now we're going to be talking about his move from Tanganda to Dynamos. Yes, Lalot,
Yes.
how did that come about?
Yeah, when we won the cup, you know, like the Castle Cup, win a Castle Cup, you can even go confed chichichi, but kumtaro kunena kwakamboitika drought. Saka vakuru vacho vanenge vangwasade bhora vangwasade kuritora chaizvo.
Asi tii yanga isinomera zviri but tii waiome zvekumhanya kaya.
Ndizvo pano napo, but I think the changing of hands yema leaders.
Oh yes.
Vangavako manje vanenge vangavakuda golf. Saka vangavada kuita kunge vada kuita move away from football. Yeah, so George Robo wacho akatobva atoti if you want to move, ndo patori neopportunity yekuita se
because zvinazvisina kumira musha.
So Dynamos had done well. They had won the league in 1994.
Yes.
And now dauda kuya kunoku. Dauda kutsoka kuno. Then I had a call from Mofu Misheka achiti amufata adoita se mufara vari kuti uya ku Dynamos. And 94 iyoyo vanhu vangasade Misheki manje kutanganda.
Saka dongoziya vato angorasira wakati star player
muri kuona manje. Saka data ndobva ndati bheta ndite se ndidzukire. Saka tauya kunogana zvoma achitaura kuti uye kunogana zvoma Ian Zoma, Mr. Zoma.
Yes, not Ian Zoma, Austin Zoma.
Yeah, he was the treasurer then.
Yes, he was the treasurer. Yes.
Saka ndo aitumwa vachiuya kuzotaura nanamudhara chichichichi. Saka hakuna anamudhara uku, anamudhara vagara ndive vadai vaita Dynamos maona mai. Saka ndiri kumba manje kwabva kwauya message manje from Swaziland kuti ndikudiwa off season yekuti tizopinda 95 andika apa pakati apa ndipo pekuti uri kutsvaga timu enda kupi uko ava vari kuti uya kuDynamos uko kwakaita offer manje kune the friend yainzi Oscar Hunda. He used to play for Aces, ma juniors Aces. Saka akaenda ku Swaziland. So the sister aifacilitator naudze ku Swaziland ikoko. Ndanzi ticket ratoita se ticket ratengwa. Uko ndiri kunzi Monday ndikufanira ndikudiwa ku meeting yechi nana Mr. Zoma yeku-Dynamos. Apa catch 22 situation yekuti you want to go to Dynamos, apa you want to fly that Monday yacho you want to fly kuenda ku ndanchidiwa
apa kukwira ndege kwainakidza sei?
Ndaidiwa netimu yainzi 11 men in flight.
Oh, 11 men in flight, yes, I know 11 men in flight, yes.
Yanga iriko ku Swaziland. Saka ana mudhara bati azvite kuti uende. Ndo papa Sinyo angaenda angari Swaziland. Akanga shaya ku Swaziland ikoko. Saka ana mudhara
panga paine kamwe kaya.
Atizoti ana Sinyo akafa sei chichichichi. Wadi kuenda ku Dynamos. So the whole house was supporting Dynamos, and you know semunhu akambengabva futi nekoko mukuziva uri mwana unenge uchikoti ndikakura
ndotambira Dynamos.
Saka hadobva taita se Dynamos yabva yangopasiswa matiketi ayo batongoiswa pasaidi vandotovata kuti handisi kuita se handisi kuenda ku 11 men in flight. That's how I then come to
havana kuti tipe maredi.
Aiwa vana zangari muno munhu wachaipa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I feel so. That's how
that's how you joined Dynamos.
How I joined Dynamos, but it wasn't easy. So always when I came to Dynamos, they were still talking with Tanganda, because when I went to Tanganda, ndakanga ndatowe Tanganda. So Dynamos said to buy me from where? From Tanganda.
Yeah.
Vaitodiwa naudze mari ndo watu wachi.
Ndamuzwa kuti zvamasingadi kubhadhara kamanje. We had an interview with Mgoe Mnyoro. He told us kuti Dynamos yangasingadi zvekubhadhara zvidereki. Saka zvakafamba sei?
Yeah, Dynamos was and is always a big team, and you know big teams when they are dealing with small teams, you know. You see, so vakati tanganda vakabva vadzonza will give you 10,000 tokupa nemabhora. So vatongo
ovabvuma angari mangana wapi mabhora mangari
mabhora 10 so and then aringachingoti unozava
but mabhora aringachombonetsawo ikoko futi
ezvona manje saka but ipo zvanga zvichiitika izvi inini ndatouya kakuno kuDynamos ati ndiri kutraina neDynamos apa magame akutoita sei akutotamba apa nhau yechimanje
imari
iri kunetsa saka netraining yaiitwa kuDynamos always it was tough compared probably nekwandandaita sei kwandandabva ende ndabva ikoko manje ndakauya ndobva ndapuwa basa pawheel of the wap inini ndakushanda naCloud pawheel of the wap ndomunongodza masupporters eDynamos akaita sei akawanda kune vanhu vanga vari very influential
mabasa
wheel of the wap aenzana Mr. Makonere chichi saka ndabva ndaenda ikoko but dambudziko manje nderekuti ndaenda manje ndaizoti tiri kubasa ikoko taitagura izvi seat covers mumwe anenge ari pamusoro apo mumwe achikanda achitambira achironga so to me it was like a strength training apa it's a new team and Dynamos being Dynamos madhimanzi achareka richi ari hai ndikati izvi andingaita se atozoenda kunerera seita kudhara saka vanhu vaivaya panonga chitoexpectawo kuti munhu munyowana aitoita se aite something and kuDynamos kwacho kwainetsa kunana Blashuga Munyorovi ana Simon Chuma ana Memo vanga vakutotamba vanga vakutotamba apa vanhu vananambotamba mese but haana Memo vanga vato nemazita akati kuDynamos kwekuya saka hey ndobva ndati haina handingasikwanisi but sanda Mr. Marimo bvazoona kuti bvati kana kuti hausikwanisewo semunhu anga achimboenda kubasa uya kushop. That's how I ended up working kuSanda Athletic.
Oh, okay, yes.
Saka ndakuenda kutraining
masiyana nezvokukanda masiti kwakusisina strength training kubasa manje
but the training there yanga iri training zveshuwa zvekuti one time ndakati if movie yangu ikaita ikasaita pakapa ndodzokera kupi
kutanganda zvangu
because the training was very hard and then no trainer you're not playing
ipapo manje
ndikati no ndakuisawo pressure at the end of the day ndapedzera ita sei vagadzirisana pane imwe yainzi samusa
samusa ndeipi manje
always physical conditioning so yekuti vaitomaka maconzi ground racing but like samusa ndi samusa kai three sides saka waimhanya the length the width ne diagonal saka waigona kunzi that part iyo monzi munomhanya kuside ikoko ukamhanya ka1 kakomplete that samusa and then you jog kana length you jog ningirikini the diagonal part ozoda kunomhanya the other side kuti zvaunoita kuside ukaita ka 3 uko the other side unoita chi about 3
times foot
saka yanga yakaoma iyo yaita kuti vanhu vaite sei
bhora waita fit
bhora raigona kupera uchifunga kuti hatisati wotobvunza kuti bhora rapera here
uri fit. I remember kukepsi wangu ine yakada kungofanana nesamusa yainzi number 8 saka yainzi yaiti same thing ubva wadaisoka ubva waenda the other side ubva wanoita the same thing futi wodaiwo saka waitodrowa chinenge chinumber 8 so check it out. Yeah, but with Arab people used to be very fit. So tell us about how did they solve the issue? Yekuti muzotanga kutamba manje.
Vakabva vazonzi 10,000 nemabhora. So they paid 10,000 nemabhora 10.
And then you started playing. What's your debut? And
my debut was against the Blackpool National Sports Stadium. We ended up it was Tamba Manero. It was my first match for Tamba Manero, but I had a 2-2. It was my first outing as a Dynamos player. But chinonakidza kuDynamos ndechekuti when I went there kwakuna vanhu vakaita sana Munyorovi, kwakuna vanhu vakaita ana Vitalis Takawira na Claudius, you know, and I made big names, you know. but kudhara manje aloiswa kwakusati kwane zvezvemazita majezi emazita
Wait,
andikatoti kana iwo simo mutini pamwe ini ndaigona kutopfeka
ndamba yako yatopfekwa nemwe munhu.
saka
ipfeka yani.
Saka kudhara musi manje taita patakauya manje andiwauya unouya unenge utori nevanhu vakuti ndakatambana naMemo ndakatambana naSimon. Saka paunouya ndo vanhu vanongochita
vanhu vako
wakazembera. But there was this mukoma Sugar Munyorove. Andika inini ndakakura inini naSimon tiri majuniors ka. Inini ndakakura anditozonoona bhora revakuru. Inini ndaida Edward Katsvere. Simon aida Moses Shunga. Andika saka Simon aida Moses Shunga aipfeka jezi number 7.
Yes.
Ndoma namba aida yo number 7 na number 10. Saka Simon ended up kupfeka number 7. Inini pandakadzoka uko nekuda Edward Katsvere kwekwe ndaida number 11. Andika but tisati taningirika manje waitoti ndakatomupfeka jezi number 12 ndikambopfeka jezi number 12
ko 11 yangaenda uyu.
Ayo mukoma Sugar
manje woti yapfeka number 11. Okay.
Saka unotora kari munhu kana urimo mutimu pamwe Aloisi kana asimo then it means
utokona kupfeka
unotora remunhu
asi ipo muziwo because majezi anga ari 16 azina kana kuti basa majezi anga ari 16.
But ipapo manje ka unogona kubva watoona kuti paipa ndakatora jezi rakadai so munhu haana kuita sei haana kufara kuti jezi rake raita sei rapfekwa nezvokuti unogona kungonzwa vanhu vakutaura kuti haina ndidi kuti jezi rangu ripfekwe kana
aiwo sipo majezi akashoka.
And that's Dynamos.
Okay.
That's football.
Okay, we'll come to that later.
Saka I did Chica quickly, but the good part, Mr. Munyorove, he was a brother.
Yeah.
Wakambotamba na komaira Blawaga na Gidza saka kwatiri aitota vangatori vakuru kwatiri hapana. Saka patakapinda ndo vainenge vachitiudza kuti hapana hakunongomufara kudai so chichi sachi vachitimeita atika. Saka inini by virtue of that ende ivo vachipfeka kuti number 11. Saka inini ndakatopedzisira ndabvunzwa kunzi iwo kana uchida jezi unoda namba ndikandoda number 11. Because ndo raipfekwa nani raipfekwa naMadhobha apa Blashuga futi ndo raipfeka apa tiriko kudhaira muzi anga ari munhu wekuti aikwanisa kuita sei aikutaurirai apana manje achikuiwewo kama isaka you could feel kuti saka ndikatora ramukoma avaite sei avagumbuki.
Yeah, we spoke about that as well when he was on the show, that he was actually here, that character of actually encouraging other youngsters to actually perform more, which is actually a very good trait, very good characteristic. So vaikubvumidza zvavangoti tora zvakombana inini kana sikutamba iwe pfeka ako number 11.
Ndaipfeka zvokuti at the end of the day vakatopedzisira vatozondipa kuti iwo kana varipoka iwo hanjeze kuti
utsvaka imwe namba kuti mpana pfeka
ako ndatora namba iwe zvokuti that zvavakandidzidzisa izvozvo I then did it ndakutonipata ndikapedzisira ndapa murape jezi when I was coming of age.
Koma stories ekuti pane namba dzaityisa, pane namba dzasingakubate namba yemunhu zvisina nikirikiri.
I think zvinogona kutangira ipapo pakuti iwo ukatora jezi remunhu anditika ukatora jezi kana akazouya akutaura kuti jezi rangu handidi kuti riite se riningirike then unenge wakuita se unoto withdraw handiti but
kupanga pasina ereme ane majezi.
Inini handina kutozombovhenja kutora majezi akawanda because iroro number 11 raBlashuga ndo randakabva ndotongoita sei randakatongoita accustomed to up until generation yanamurapi akuyo ndo pandakapa murapi ndakupinda.
But pambasino here mamwe majezi ekunzi kana munhu yasipo aripfekwe
jezi number 9 ipapo time yataini rinenge rangasingaite sei
rangasingapfekwe nemunhu kana wasipo muridzi ranga riranzi
kuti aiwa pachitime even ana geto angaita sei anga geto ndi aiwanzopfeka jezi ro but time iyo angasipo but handizivi kuti vanga tisanyanyopfekwa
tinokongamuchira zamuri kutisaurira but pane mamwe mastori anokobuda kuti pane mamwe airema ekuti izvona wangasingatori. But tell us about your most memorable times at Dynamos. We want to know the highlights of your career at Dynamos.
Yeah, I think when I played Tanganda, it was in May when I played against Tanganda and
your former team now.
My former team, and we were playing in Mutare there. I went back and with the likes of Anna Hopu Chota. So they were saying, and then I went there, I scored 2, we beat them 2-0. And it was like Mutasa, Hounds, Tanganda.
Yeah, but how was it? How was the feeling?
It was okay because I think I then started trying to do what I was called for, and then probably beating the team that Tambira would mean good, at least they're going to see my weaknesses of that particular team. And the good part is that very day, that's the very day I was christened with a baby boy, Wisdom
Mutasa,
yes. So it was a blessing that very evening, though Wisdom Pakauya. But unfortunately, I did not have too much time because we were going to Algeria to play. Was it a second round with an Algerian team? So ndakangomona for those hours, and then the next day I was leaving for Algeria, and it was quite a good experience. And then the match that we beat the Zimbabwe Saints in '96. Scoring the only goal in the Castle Cup. The Castle Cup is still
yes, the prestigious, having
lost it to Cape United in the BP Cup when you were part of the mix, yeah.
Yeah.
The 1-1, the first game, and then you beat us the second match.
Yeah, 3-2.
In 2 legs,
yes.
So you beat us, and you beat us on the league as well, on the league.
In the league as well, yeah.
So we only had the Castle Cup to fight for, and I managed to score the winner. I passed Mzondi wa Mgadza, and we won the Castle Cup 1-0, and that was one of our cups that it was Dynamos being Dynamos. We could hardly have a year without a cup.
Yeah.
So Castle Cup being the last cup, we took that one as well, and I think that then made us to go, and then we won the league title in 1997. But then even that '96, I was one of the 11 stars of the year, and
you are back now for the second time.
For the second time, but first time at Dynamos, and the good part was, it was a H2 affair. Soccer star was Stuart Murisa from Cape United. The first runner-up was yourself, always from Cape United as well, and I was the second runner-up. And all the 3 of us hailing from Chitungwiza as well. So I think it was a good year for the Chitungwiza as well, having three players on the calendar. And then '97 won the league title and all the other cups. Like all my former colleagues of Dynamos used to tell this show, but we had so many cups in our medals in our cabinets. We won the '97 cup, league cup with some games to spare. I remember we lost only 2 matches in '97 in a week, in a space of 4 days. We lost a game to Blackpool on a Thursday at Rufaro. Gilbert Mshangashika scoring there, and then on a Sunday went to Wange, then we lost to Wange. Those were the 2 games in '97 that we only lost. Otherwise we had 8 draws, and the rest we won, and we won the league title with some games to spare. I think we had a great season in that. And then the following year, I think that was a good year for me and for Dynamos as 1998 as a football club. We managed to go all the way to the Champions League final, where we lost to ASEC Mimosas. But I had a hand, especially in those qualifying rounds, playing Kusime and here, and I remember scoring here at home with Tonderai Tambiko coming with the other two, and then our second from last game we played Kusime and away from home. We won 1-0. I scored the winner there, and I think that goal made us reach the finals of the Africa Champions Cup for the first time in the history of any Zimbabwean side. So to me, I would want to believe it was quite an achievement. And when I was coming to Dynamos, that pastor was saying, Dynamos have done almost everything in as far as football is concerned in Zimbabwe. They have won cups, they have won everything. And for you to go and then play for Dynamos, people would always say, what is it that you have come with that Dynamos didn't have? Because Dynamos were champions before you. But when then I go back memory lane, I'm talking of 1995 to 1998 season. I scored 76 goals, and
that's awesome. And you are not a striker.
I'm not a striker. I probably one Lawrence Moyo, a reporter from H Metro, I think, it's one of those who was keeping the statistics. So is even Marriott and Morrison Spellen. At one occasion they came to me and say, do you know that every time you score, Dynamos has never lost a match? But I wasn't aware of it. But I'm saying the 76 goals that I scored from 1995 to 1998, there was no consolation goal. So it means
you never lost.
I never lost.
76 goals. It's a record. We keep on getting records on this show. 76 goals for a midfielder, 1995, 1998. And out of all the goals, the team never lost.
The team never.
What is it? What do you think? What's the secret?
Yeah, that's then I then went back to the pastor. And then I said to the pastor, because he was telling me, I don't think it's good for you to go to Dynamos, because Dynamos is won cups before you, done everything as far as football is concerned. But I'm saying the hand of the God, the hand of the Lord now, for me to score 76 goals and not having a consolation in those particular, we are talking of 95, 96, 97, 98, we are talking of
4 seasons.
Yeah, maybe it's something that I cherish, and something that, and if I tell you that before that, in 1994, I was second runner-up on the top goal scorer. Me and Benjamin Hubert Mujanja. We scored 19 from Blackpool. We scored 19 goals, and Vitalis Tagawira scored 21. So we joined second, me with Hubert, as Vitalis became the.
When was that? 1994.
94.
Okay,
yes. Last year with Tanganda. But they being part of the team that went as far as the Champions League final. It was the first for Dynamos, first for Zimbabwe.
Yes.
And then scoring 76 without conceding, without
consolation.
So
that's what you brought to Dynamos.
Yeah, to me, I would say that's what I brought, and probably I would love to know probably if there is any other guys. But then thereafter, my father passed away on the 1st of August the following year, 1999. We had qualified for the Champions League again.
Yes.
But when my father was very influential, so when we were going to some matches, I could end up crying, when other people are singing. So I took a sabbatical. I said, I think I can no longer take it. Then I said, I'm retiring from football. And then that part of 99, I was not part of the guys who then went to play for the Champions League other games, for 99. And then Moses Chunga was then called to coach the team. And then he asked me to probably come and assist in the year 2000. The year 2000. That's when I came back came back to football. And we
As
won
an
the
assistant coach?
No, as a player.
Oh, okay, you was a player. You came back.
As a player, yeah. We won the Madison Cup against Amazulu. We won the cup against. We played against the likes of Motor Action and other cups, you know. And but then during those moments now, that's when the record was broken. I remember we played Cape United at Rufara. I scored 2 goals and we lost 4-2.
That's the time the record of not losing when you score was broken.
Was broken. After coming from
sabbatical.
Yeah. After the death of
your father.
My father. Yeah, that's how I think those were the highlights when I was playing for Dynamos. You know, getting to the finals of the Champions League, playing with the likes of Dindani, playing with the likes of. The Torre, the brother. The
Torre brothers, yes. Maybe Izaki. And tell us about that game. There's an account that we given, a different account. He told us about the headbutt, that memory code. Was it during warm-up, or it was in the corridor, or what exactly happened? Do you remember that incident?
Yeah, I do.
What happened?
I do. The thing is, when ASEC Mimosas were in the finals in '98, before they played Orlando Pirates in another final, and they lost. Was it in '96 or
in '95?
You see,
in '95 they lost to Orlando Pirates.
In
1995. Yeah, Jerry Skosana.
Yeah. So you know when we went there to ASEC, here we played a 0-0 draw, and then the second leg when we went there, you know, ASEC Mimosas could put on yellow and black. So you could see the taxi drivers putting on yellow and black. You could see trees with
yellow and black.
You know, yellow and black. And the day game on the breakfast was pakaita rima. You know, the scientific part probably the science vanoziya kuti pakamboita like a blackout kuti paka kuma 9 kwego to go breakfast kubva kwaita rima kuita kunge kwadoka, you know, kwadoka kwakanikirika for a certain period andika kubva kwazochena kwachena, and then you could see some birds andika vamwe ndo vanoti chiko. And you know the science part could you tomboitika moment iyo.
Yes, the moon is moving under the sun. The eclipse, yeah, the moon is moving under the sun, so you know block there. Yeah.
Saka yakaitika, and to us, to some of us, it was the first time, and you then like, why today? And then we start seeing some birds, and then taenda ground manje. Tichiri kupinda ASEC yakapinda nedhoi. Saka isusu watada kupinda nepo. Ndobva pakuitwa vanhu vangoharaswa chops akatomborohwa ipapapo. Akurohwa nemabutton stick vanzi nini pindai nekuti unonopinda nokwamupinde and then tapinda muground. I think papatone rule yekuti the home team should warm up on their side.
On their side.
The other team were on their side. Saka bhora raka raenda uko. And then Callistus went into that half. Kuda unotora bhora. Paakaenda kuda unotora bhora ndo paakatanga kuitwa main handle.
Yes.
Saka memories the captain paakaenda kuda unodzirira.
Yes.
Ndo paakaita sei?
Ndo
paakarohwa, and unfortunately we missed our captain, and him being the influential captain he was, we ended up losing the plot. We still feel kuti takatomboda kuti tichada kuda kutomboti kune kafu ona izo
commissions
kafu akati
what did they say?
tarisai muone zvakaita vanhu muground, and ground tikati bhora raita sei rakanzurwa panapa vanhu vanoita sei vanofa. So for the sake of the people, you can play under protest, tinozoendesa nyaya yacho uku, but the game should proceed. But unfortunately, we played without our captain, and we lost 4-2 in that match.
Yeah, that was actually a brilliant career at Dynamos. So when did you eventually retire?
Yeah, when it was in 2002, when Rezamin decided that probably our legs are tiring, and he said we should pave way for the youngsters. But Tangatatombo trainer that year, so we thought probably if anything, people were supposed to be told maybe end of the season, so that the beginning of the season and
you can stop.
Where are you going? But zvakangoita zvakaitika pamboitika pambotaurwa nhau dzemari saka pakaitika zvakadaro you end up feeling kuti was it a case yekuti isusu takura kana kuti case yekuti pamwe tikutonzi maybe chaitofurira pana zvisiri izvo.
So it was a forced retirement?
Yeah, but I did not retire. I did not retire on that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I moved from Dynamos.
Yes.
They then pushed us out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Me, Masimba, the likes of, then Callistus followed as well. Philemon Kuchkagureva. And then we went to join Sporting Lions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sporting Lions was under the guidance of Arthur Tutani and Mr. Nelson Matongorere.
Oh, okay.
And then Wakata come and be our side. And then they had taken the likes of Joe Mugabe, the Ngwatos from Capes United as well. But the bad part in the when we went there, the first half of the season takanonoka isusu saka isusu hatina kutamba takatomirira kuti after the break tozoita setozotamba but vanga vakutotamba ndana Joe. Saka team yasvika pahalfway, I think the directors vakaona kunge team yanga isina potential yekuita yekusteya, and I think they were giving people the likes of Mr. Matongorere mari yakati because they were big coaches. Saka bava contract bava terminate a contract, and then bava toti Joe Mugabe neni tiyede Sporting Lions. That's how Saka inini na Joe became the head coach, I became the assistant, but we were all playing.
Yes.
Saka that's the reason to do. If Joe is playing, inini ndiri panzi. If I'm playing, Joe ari chinjana. But lucky enough, we managed to survive the relegation. I think it got to break a record with the team and get past pay log. Ipa paitobuditswa about 5 teams. But we managed to survive the relegation. Tikatenda my playoffs. I include the likes of Gutu Leopards and Ekutibula Zimo Gogwangone Chigo. The Bed Bridge team.
Border strikers.
Border strikers, Gutu Leopards ne Seko Cement. Tupata win after that playoff, Matato remain till in the league.
So that was the beginning of your coaching career?
That was the beginning of my coaching career, yeah.
So where else did you move from there in your coaching? We just wanna, because we are running out of time, we just wanna know your coaching history in Zimbabwean football. From there, where did you go? Yeah,
from Sporting Lions, I went to Flame Lily. Coached the Flame Lily from 2004 to 2006. We won the SADC games in South Africa.
Okay.
And then I was part of the coaches. I was part of the under-17 coach with the Rodo Shakama in 2007. And then Lingon Zasia at Fort Gutu. And then we went with the likes of, went to the All Africa games with the under-23s as well, with the under-17s as well, with the likes of Kelvin Moyo, Elvis Moyo, Talent Shaupiwa, and then I went to Kiglon. I coached Kiglon from Division 1. They were promoted. We promoted them to the Premier League, and then the following year, 2008, I went to Highway. We took Highway from Division 1 to the Premier League as well, and then I came to Shooting Stars. We lost it. We were runners up in the Bang ABC. We lost it to Lentens, and then from there I went back to Kiglon in the Premier League, and then Dynamos 2011, and then from Dynamos I went to Swaziland. I coached Green Mamba. I won the Swazibank Cup, which is like our only Chibuku.
Our only Chibuku Cup, yeah. Yes.
And then when Pajos came here, he said he wanted me to assist him. That's how I came back here, and then I assisted him. We lost to
the national team now.
With the national team, yeah, we lost to Zambia. We lost to Zambia in the Kosafa Cup in 2013. And then I went to, then joined Platinum Stars in that particular year, 2013-2014. From Platinum, I was called again to Wawa because I was a prison officer. From Wawa, I came back to Dynamos 2017 up to 2019. And then 2017 as well was an assistant coach to the national team under Sunday Marim and Raman Gumbo. We won the 2 COSAFA Cups and we qualified for the AFCON. And then my last stint was with T1 until December last year.
That's a brilliant career, outstanding, outstanding by any measure. I'm actually admiring it. Well, but well done. This is actually awesome, glittering, I should say. But there's just this one question that I've always wanted to ask. I am sure that a lot of other people want to ask. You talked about prisoner officer. You went to Tanganda. You were working as a clerk there. You went to Dynamos. You were at Willowvale. You still worked for Sunday Athletic, but you're still a prison officer. How does this work?
No,
How does this work? Because up to now, you're still a prison officer.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
How did it work? Because we just said he still belongs to Green Buffaloes. How does a player just go move around and still belongs to that? Yeah.
No,
what has happened?
I think we gave a good account of ourselves when we represented prisons during our era, during the 87 to 89. But ironically, when I went there were some certain leaders who didn't want me to move to Tanganda. But because I wanted to pursue my career, I had to quit the service to go to Tanganda. Okay. But then when I went around up until I got to Sporting Lions. After Sporting Lions, Mr. Zimondi, who was then the Commissioner General, was the one who then invited me. He said, when I was coaching, after being fired by Sporting Lions in 2003, I was called by my friends. I had my friend Patson Kabike, who was coaching a prison team, which was now called Frame Lead at Green Buffalo. So they said, can you come and assist? So I was coming from assisting them. So it was from one of the games that I was assisting him that Mr. Zimondi came, and then he saw me, and him being a Dynamos fan, he then said, Lloyd, you are here. You are assisting us. If you want, but
Oh, that's how you get.
Then I say, I'll come back to you.
That's how you got back.
That's how I got back.
Now I understand. Now I understand. It was very, very nice to have you here on the show. Time is always jealous with us, but what a glittering career you have had. What a rich history in Zimbabwean football that I've got. We will not forget that you scored 76 goals, and none of those goals was a consolation. You never lost that game when you scored. That's a brilliant record. We will never forget also the record that you scored in every stage of the Castle Cup when Tanganda won that. So brilliant news, brilliant story that is coming from you, Lloyd Mutasa. Thank you very much for coming to the show. We just want to wish you all the best as well. One question that we haven't spoken about is, what are you doing now? You're not coaching at the moment. You're not attached to any club at the moment?
Yeah, for now I'm still searching. After my contract expired with T1 in December, yes. I was looking for a club, and with this COVID thing, I'm still searching.
Okay, that's actually brilliant. And another story that we would want you to come back and talk to us about. It's only unfortunate that we don't have time. We wanted to talk about your son, Panashe Mutasa. We wanted to talk about your son, Wisdom Mutasa, as well. They are also footballers who have played in the Premier Soccer League. But I think that is a story for another day when you come back, because we'll definitely invite you to come back to the show, because you can see we've got a lot to talk about. Guys, we've got Lloyd Mutasa in the studio. You heard from the horse's mouth the records and everything. It was brilliant, a brilliant show we had. I enjoyed it personally. I don't know if you did at home, but it's now left for us to say goodbye to all of us who were watching. All of us, Lloyd Mutasa, goodbye to you. Thank you very much for coming to the show. But guys, this is In Touch with a Legend, and we were so privileged to have Lloyd Mutasa here, but unfortunately time is not on our side. We are back again next week when we have another legend to talk about his story. We are out of here, guys. You can tell us which legend you want us to bring you on the show for the next time. That is next Thursday. But like I said, I'm Alois Bunjira, and we have run out of time. I am out of here. Catch us on Thursday next week.